first one, well, today was exciting because it was the first time I got to meet someone I had already met. So, kind of going forward with where we left off 2 weeks ago, actually. I didn't think it'd be last week that I had seen before, but it was actually the two people that I'm going to share about is the people that, okay, so one person, I met Cheryl. She was telling me that she got new shoes, and they're really nice too. And so she was really excited about that, so I asked her how she got it, and this man, she works for this man like once a week to clean the house, and apparently he's just really clean, but he just wants to help her out, I think, and just give her a job. And I thought about that, and I just thought, that is so, I wouldn't have thought to do that, you know? And just encouraging to think that people in the community, they're open to helping out, you know, someone who's homeless, and she knows that too. She knows that she doesn't deserve the money, and that he's just kind of doing her a favor, really. That she's like, you know, it's really clean, it doesn't need to be clean, but he has me over and asks her what she needs, and he usually pays her $50 each time she comes. And she had scoped out some shoes that she needed, and they're nice. They're Skechers, and they're fashionable too. And so she asked him for a little bit, a bonus this time to cover the expenses of the shoes. And so she got that, and she was really happy to have new shoes. Her last new pair, they were like 6 months ago, and because of the rain, they were really worn out. And so whenever she'd sleep, her feet would get really cold still. And so, but anyway, so she was really excited about that, and that was really encouraging to me, the fact that somebody in the community. And I asked her how she met him, and she was just walking around on the streets, and he just asked her if, you know, just started talking with her, and then invited her to work at his house. And so, oh, that was pretty amazing. And then another man, this is a new person I met. He, I think, has been living out. He's been homeless for over 8 years, but for the past 3 years, he's been going out to Bible study every Wednesday. This man I think, meets up with them Sundays and Wednesdays, and it's just for the past 3 years, every week. And so that's how he came to know Christ, and he's pretty solid. So, yeah, I thought that was really awesome. And I think he's had some financial struggles. I think he used to have a business, but he lost that, and he has personal struggles of his own, but he still goes out and I think 15 to 20 homeless people, he meets with them and does Bible study with them. And so I thought that was really encouraging too. And oh, my last one is Billy. I told you guys last week about Billy, who's on Suicide Watch. He again approached me this week and was sharing a lot. It's actually really heavy talk today. Apparently he's had a lot of trauma in the past, and he has issues trusting people, because he was raped by 2 men in his 20s, and so he hasn't told anyone, like his family. I think only a few other people know. And so I really...
There's the last guy, right?
Yeah.
The hound?
Yeah. And so, I mean, he knows that he hasn't dealt with it, and he needs to deal with it. But in terms of like the urgency of like whether he's suicidal or not, he doesn't seem it anymore. He said he had a better week this past week. He was excited to tell me that he was wearing a Vietnam vet hat, and this man had seen it earlier this week and told him, oh, it doesn't seem like you're old enough to have, you know, gone there. And so he was really happy to hear that, because it was a compliment, he said. So he was like really beaming. And so I was like, I agree with him. You're like, yeah. He was all happy. But yeah, I think he said that. I think he made a statement that I think whenever he drinks, he gets kind of really emotional and suicidal and all. So kind of encouraged him, you know, maybe lay off the drinks and all. But I tried not to just listen this time. You know, I tried to kind of encourage him to maybe stop, you know, or try to ask him what he thought his options were, because he gets money every month. He gets $900 a month, which I thought was a lot, but yes, I said, well, how much would you save if you stopped drinking? And then, you know, I try to just, you know, engage a little that way, but I don't know. But that's when he started talking about the trust issues, because he doesn't have enough to live by himself, and so I asked him maybe like a roommate, and then that's when he talked about the trust issues. So, I mean, he's opening up a lot, but Yeah, so it was good to see him today. And I told her, I was honest, I was like, I actually just came because I wanted to see you this week. And which was, I had to rearrange my schedule because I wanted to make sure he was all right. You had me worried last week.
Yeah, that's fine. There's actually the microphones there. I realized that I was covering it for like half of your thing, so. So first of all, I thought this was a really awesome burrito project because it seemed like everyone was engaging a lot. Everyone was really going, I'm not going to say going out, it seemed very natural for a lot of people to be engaging. A couple things I noticed, first of all, was normally when we get there, there's usually 3 groups of people. There's the people that sit along the wall, who are there permanently. There's the group of the Mexicans or the Latinos that are on the far bench that we usually ride our bikes to. And then there's another group behind the building sitting at the tables. Well, today when we went out there, that wasn't like that. It was actually the first time I saw all 3 groups hanging out together, which was pretty cool. Remember that, Ted? We pulled up to there. So that was really interesting. It's kind of disappointing though because the way I felt at that first distribution point was very. It was all about just giving them food. We weren't really. I know I didn't get engaged with anyone. I actually stood there and I was trying to, and it didn't seem that way. It just seemed very mechanical.
Yeah.
Seemed very mechanical. So I don't know what we can do to maybe make that better. But then I came back to the main area and then I walked to where the people sit waiting for the bus. And this girl kept looking up and making eye contact with me, and I was like, well, I should probably go talk to her. So I went over and talked to her, and Dave came with me. And I sat down talking to her, and obviously there was some issue with drugs. But the point is, she asked me, she goes, what church are you guys from? I said, well, we're from New Song Church, but it's not necessary. This isn't necessarily a church thing. We're here just because we want to help. We want to help, give back. She goes, well, where is your church? And I said, it's in Irvine. She goes, well, I heard that there's a church in Irvine where they give people makeovers. Oh. And I was like, that's our church. She's like, that's so cool. She goes, that's so, anyways, we were talking and she was just blown away that we come out on a regular basis. And what was kind of the thing that was weird, that struck me the most about her, because you don't really see that. She's a young woman and she was really pretty. And she hadn't looked like she'd been beaten up by the streets that bad yet. And it was just, it was just different. It was different than a lot of the other people that we meet. And she actually came back over after and asked us, can you write down the name of your church and your address and stuff like that. So we did. Yeah, so that's that.
Cool.
And the executive pastor was on site at the same time. That's right, Burrito Project.